This is a video of the 12 apostles, who they were and how they died. In the bustling fishing village of Bethsaida, on the shores of the Sea of Galilee, two brothers cast their nets into the glistening waters. Simon, the elder, and Andrew, his younger sibling, were ordinary fishermen living ordinary lives. Little did they know that their destinies were about to be forever altered. One day, as they toiled under the unforgiving sun, a charismatic figure appeared on the shoreline, a man named Jesus. His presence carried an aura of divine wisdom, and as he approached, he spoke words that would echo through the ages. "Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men." Simon and Andrew, compelled by an inexplicable magnetism, left their nets and embarked on a journey that would change the course of history. They were the first two of the 12 ordinary men who became extraordinary apostles of Jesus Christ. Simon Peter, the rock of faith. Simon, now known as Peter, emerged as the leader of the apostles. His fiery spirit and unwavering faith made him a cornerstone of the nascent Christian movement. With Jesus, he walked on water, witnessed the transfiguration, and boldly proclaimed Jesus as the Messiah. Peter's journey was not without its trials. When Jesus was arrested, fear led Peter to deny knowing his beloved teacher 3 times. Yet, in his darkest moment, a resurrected Jesus forgave him and reaffirmed his mission: "Feed my sheep." Peter's unwavering commitment to Christ ultimately led to his own crucifixion in Rome. Tradition holds that, at his own request, he was crucified upside down, believing himself unworthy to die in the same manner as his Lord. Andrew, the quiet witness. Andrew, Peter's brother, was known for his humility and the quiet strength of his faith. While often overshadowed by his more prominent sibling, Andrew played a crucial role in bringing others to Jesus. His most notable act was introducing a young boy with 5 loaves and 2 fish to Jesus, facilitating the miraculous feeding of the multitude. Andrew's willingness to bring others to Christ exemplified his deep understanding of Jesus' mission. Andrew's own end is less documented, but tradition suggests he met martyrdom by crucifixion on an X-shaped cross, now known as the St. Andrew's Cross. James and John, sons of thunder. James and John, the sons of Zebedee, were known for their fiery personalities and their close relationship with Jesus. They, along with Peter, formed the inner circle of Jesus' disciples. Their mother, Salome, once approached Jesus, requesting that her sons be given positions of honor in his kingdom. Jesus responded by teaching about the nature of true leadership, where service and humility were paramount. James was the first apostle to face martyrdom, executed by King Herod Agrippa I, who had him beheaded in Jerusalem. John, on the other hand, outlived most of the apostles and is traditionally believed to have died of natural causes. Philip, the faithful inquirer. Philip, while less prominent in the gospel accounts, possessed a quiet faith and an inquisitive spirit. When approached by Greeks seeking to meet Jesus, it was Philip who facilitated the encounter. Little is known about his life after Jesus' ascension, but tradition suggests he was crucified in Hierapolis, Phrygia. Bartholomew, the follower of truth. Bartholomew, also known as Nathanael, was a friend of Philip. He was initially skeptical when told about Jesus of Nazareth, but upon meeting Jesus, he exclaimed, "Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel." His life ended tragically, as he was flayed alive and then crucified, bearing witness to his unwavering faith. Thomas, the believer beyond sight. Thomas, often referred to as Doubting Thomas, gained his nickname from his initial skepticism upon hearing of Jesus' resurrection. However, when confronted with the risen Christ, he declared, "My Lord and my God." Tradition suggests Thomas carried the gospel to India, where he met martyrdom by a spear's thrust while spreading the faith. Matthew, the tax collector turned apostle. Matthew, also known as Levi, was a tax collector before Jesus called him. His gospel is a testament to his meticulous record-keeping skills. Though little is known about his life after the gospel accounts, tradition holds that he was martyred by either stabbing or beheading in Ethiopia. James, son of Alphaeus, the lesser known. James, often referred to as James the Less, to distinguish him from James, the son of Zebedee, remains a lesser-known figure among the apostles. The details of his life and death are not well documented, but he is believed to have been stoned to death in Jerusalem. Simon the Zealot, the zealous apostle. Simon's designation as a zealot suggests that he may have been associated with the zealot political movement of the time, which sought to overthrow Roman rule through violent means. While the circumstances of his death remain a mystery, Simon's zealous spirit and dedication to Christ left an indelible mark on the early Christian community. Judas Iscariot, the tragic betrayer. Judas Iscariot, the infamous apostle, will forever be remembered for his act of betrayal. For 30 pieces of silver, he led the religious authorities to Jesus, ultimately resulting in Jesus' crucifixion. Overcome by remorse, Judas later returned the silver and took his own life. His name has since become synonymous with treachery. Thaddius, the apostle of quiet strength. Thaddius, also known as Labius or Judas, not to be confused with Judas Iscariot, was called by Jesus to be one of his closest followers. While he may not have held a prominent place in the gospel narratives, his presence among the apostles was significant. His quiet demeanor and steadfast commitment to the mission of Christ made him an integral part of the early Christian community. Thaddius embraced the call to become a fisher of men, leaving behind his previous life to embark on a journey of faith and discipleship. Alongside his fellow apostles, he bore witness to the teachings, miracles, and ultimate sacrifice of Jesus. Thaddius, like the others, carried the message of love and salvation to the far corners of the world. As the apostles ventured into distant lands, Thaddius, in his quiet yet resolute manner, played a role in building the foundations of the early Christian church. He shared the profound message of Christ's sacrificial love and the promise of eternal life with all who would listen. Despite the limited mention of Thaddius in the gospel accounts, his faithfulness to the cause of Christ was unwavering. The circumstances surrounding Thaddius' death are not extensively documented in historical records. However, early Christian traditions and accounts suggest that he met his end as a martyr, bearing witness to his unyielding commitment to his faith. Thaddius, in his final moments, exemplified the same courage and dedication that marked his entire journey as an apostle.